most savage way you've seen someone get fired? I'd only been at that place for 6 months when they gave me a performance bonus. It felt like a win, my first raise ever, and I was proud. Still, everyone whispered that the company was bleeding money, losing bids faster than they could file the paperwork. It was no surprise when they started cutting staff, and as the newest hire, I knew I was at the front of the line. One Monday morning, I showed up at my desk to find a plain white envelope waiting, sealed with the company logo. No face-to-face chat, no warning. My manager, Mark, slid it across with a quick nod and said, "Read that, then pack up." He didn't even look me in the eye. I tore it open. They claimed my performance had fallen short. Funny, just 4 weeks ago, they'd handed me that pay bump, claiming I was doing great work. The kicker was that the boss himself was on vacation. He'd called in sick, or so everyone assumed, leaving Mark to handle the dirty work. What made me blood boil was that every single colleague knew the plan the day before. They told me later that they'd gathered in the break room, sipping coffee and joking about who'd be next. No one bothered to warn me. They just let me stay late on Friday finishing up a project, then drop the bomb on Monday as if nothing had changed. After I read the letter, Mark offered me a choice. "You can clear your desk now, or you can stick around until the end of day." He stared at his watch, waiting for my answer. In that moment, I saw red. I leaned forward, voice low but steady. "I'll collect my stuff and be out that door the second you blink," I said. "You're lucky I didn't deck you for making me beg for my own job." He swallowed and looked away, suddenly wishing he'd taken a longer lunch. I spent the rest of that day packing a box in stunned silence. Around me, people kept typing, as if the world hadn't shifted. At 5:45, I slid my box past Mark and walked out. When the doors locked behind me, I felt relief mixed with anger. I'd been humiliated, tossed aside like garbage rather than treated fairly. A few weeks later, I saw an article online about a raid at my old workplace. The Department of Justice had busted them for using counterfeit software, cracked copies of design tools, licensed under fake names. My stomach twisted. That was my team's backbone. When everyone was worried about losing contracts, they were cutting corners by stealing code. I still had access to some internal folders on my home computer. Before tossing my laptop, I'd backed up a folder full of invoices, license keys, and installation logs. It took a Saturday afternoon to sort through that mess and send it all to the feds. I didn't hear much at first. Then one morning, a crisp envelope from the DOJ arrived. They'd convicted the company, levied huge fines, and awarded whistleblower rewards. My reward check was hefty, more than my last monthly salary. I almost laughed out loud when I saw it. The same company that fired me claiming I couldn't perform was now paying me way more than they ever did, just for telling the truth. Last I heard, the boss used part of the fine money to cover legal fees. Mark got a slap on the wrist. Their reputation in the industry is shot. Nobody wants to work with crooks. And me? I moved on to a better job that respects talent and integrity. He who laughs last, huh? I'll take it.